The Big Show with Night Day. Barista-made coffee just the way you like it. From $4.50.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hodaki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Well, it would usually be us three, but it's just me today. Just Keyzie. Jase and Mike are off for the school holidays. They will be back on Monday. A big shout out to Prebz and also Pugs for covering the show the last few days. I was down in the South Island for a funeral of a family member, and I tell you what, it's a sign of a great day when today I am absolutely hungover. I'm not sure if that's how funerals are meant to go, but if they are meant to go like that, then I might start attending more. Actually, that sounds terrible. Coming up later on in the show, by the way, we've got Best of the Big Show moments. They'll be happening over the next couple of days just to get you back on the hook before the show starts in full again on Monday. Of course, keep an ear out for our Gig a Little live tune, thanks to our mates at Super Liquor. It is that Kiwi classic, Bliss from the Dudes. Don't forget when that plays. You give us a call on 0800 Hodaki, and if you get through, you could win $1,000 to put towards a gig of your choosing. In the meantime, big tunes here on Hodaki. This is Linkin Park. Pink Floyd up next.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Linkin Park in the end. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday afternoon with Keyzie. No Jase and Mike today. They'll be back Monday once they've had the school holiday break off. Now, don't forget the Big Show is brought to you by the great New Zealanders at Night Day. And I've got a $50 Night and Day voucher to give away. So I figured, you know what? Let's bring back a classic. Give me a text. Let me know where you are, what you're wearing, what you're getting up to today. And, of course, tell me your name as well. And I'll pick my favourite text and award a $50 Night and Day voucher. You could buy, 12 lasagna toppers for that? Good value if you ask me. Pink Floyd now, another brick in the wall. Chemical Brothers and some Nirvana up next on Radio Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Chemical Brothers, Galvanise. It is the Hodaki Big Show on your Thursday afternoon with just Keyzie, Mike and Jase, and the rest of the show back Monday. In the meantime, Best of the Big Show is happening. This will be happening today and also tomorrow, courtesy of our old mate producer Pugs. Pugs, how you going?
I'm good. Welcome back, man.
Thanks, mate. It's been good. 3 days off, including the weekend as well. So I should be refreshed, but instead I'm deathly hungover. Pugs, you've been in charge of finding best bits yet again. What have you got for us today?
Look, this first one's inspired by our very own Mogi, playing solo dad at the moment. His wife's just gone on a big work trip. And so I found this best bit about his daughter suffering from some language issues.
Okay, and when was this from?
This was around about April last year, I think.
Far out, okay.
The little ones been a bit of a struggle lately, the last sort of week or two. We thought actually we're going through a bit of a regression with her.
Yeah.
Because she started at this new daycare and she came home and you generally anticipate that their language will take off once they're around those kids. There's a lot of chatting going on.
Indeed, yeah.
Because how old is she?
Going on 3.
Right.
And she came home and was just sort of speaking some, when they're really
gibberish?
young. Like a
yeah.
gibberish. But you just don't know I don't know what she was going on about. I just thought she was being sort of silly and, it sort of imitates the sounds of language while at the same time not actually making any sense to me.
Yes.
And so it had been going on for a while and we thought we'd better take her to a language specialist because it sort of kept on going on and she was sort of speaking English less and less, which makes it hard around the house to communicate when you've got somebody that refuses to speak English.
Even though you yourself actually speak a number of languages, I know what you're saying.
Well, I have, yeah. I have.
In the past.
And
which ones?
And so, we took her along, and it turned out that she was speaking Arabic.
Right, okay.
Because one of the kids at her school is fluent in,
Arabic.
Yeah. And so she just picked it up by ear over the course of about 3 or 4 days, and then just came home and was speaking to that. But not only that, also Russian.
She's speaking Russian as well.
There's a Russian girl at school. She was there for an afternoon, and Frank, my daughter's just picked that up. Boom.
Straight away, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird because, like, when my eldest daughter was born, Mike, she was about sort of like 8 months old, and we had the same scenario. She was just babbling away. We were like, oh, how cute is that? You know what I mean? She's just doing sort of a bit of baby talk there. It was actually Chinese.
Mandarin.
Pardon?
Mandarin.
No, Chinese. And Mandarin. And she was only like 8 months old.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I mean, my wife and I, we actually don't speak Mandarin. And so, obviously that's why we didn't pick up on it initially, because, we don't speak the language.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I mean, literally, she must have watched a program or something like that and just boomfer Mandarin fluent.
Oh, it just gets to them so quickly, doesn't it? I mean,
they're like sponges, mate.
Yeah. And it always surprised me because Frankie was just sitting at home. I could just give her some pen and crayon and paper. She's doing some lovely doodling there, and our neighbour came over and said, "Sorry, who's written out an exact replica of the Quran here?"
Right.
Yeah,
just on a notepad. Yeah.
From one
Unreal.
afternoon with a kid that spoke Arabic.
Wow, man.
It was weird the first time I saw my eldest actually writing Chinese. You know what I mean?
Mandarin.
Mandarin. And, we were sort of looking at it and thinking she was drawing pictures, and screeds of it, mate. Screeds of it.
Yeah.
Which was old sort of Mandarin philosophy. Which we, later got she translated it for us when she got a little bit older. But, geez, kids are amazing, mate.
Oh, they certainly are. The Big Show will be back in full on Monday, folks. In the meantime, keep those texts coming through where you are, what you're wearing, and we'll rip into those shortly and also dish out some $50 night and day vouchers. Nirvana, the man who sold the world, a cover of David Bowie, of course. It's Keyzie here on the Hodaki Big Show.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Baby, I've got you on my mind. Powderfinger on Radio Hodaki this Thursday afternoon with Keyzie, the Big Show, back in full Monday. And in the meantime, if you need your Big Show fix, go and find our podcast. Why don't you? Search Hodaki Big Show, wherever you get your podcasts from. You get daily highlights of every single show. No ads, no music, just punishing chat. And also we have daily bonus content called the Hodaki Big Show Outro. It's behind the scenes stuff. Worth a listen, and literally every show we've ever done is available. So go and get amongst. In the meantime, I did ask for people to text through where they were, what they were wearing, what they were getting up to, because I've got a $50 night day voucher to give away. A couple of shout-outs here from beautiful Rotorua. First of all, someone here is mountain biking with his hot wife, and their 10-year-old boy in Rotorua. Very nice. Used to go and do that all the time because I grew up in Tauranga. Big shout out to Melissa, who is wearing a bikini and just went for an ice cream headache swim in the Blue Lake after 31 kilometres of mountain biking in Rotorua, Vegas. I wonder if they're doing it together. Maybe Melissa is the hot wife. I don't know. We'll take some deeper research, and I will commit the remaining couple of hours of the show to finding that out exactly. The $50 night day voucher, though, goes to Jacko, who's in Christchurch, who just finished a shift flipping burgers. He's wearing a black T-shirt and some stubbies. And, of course, the thing that used to come through all the time when we used to ask this question, he's also wearing a G-banger. Well done, Jacko, mate. $50 night and day coming your way. Go and get yourself a lasagna topper, why don't you?
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, the Verve Bittersweet Symphony. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday Arvo with Keyzie from the Big Show, and also producer Pugs, who's in here at the moment. He's got another piping hot best bit for us, don't you, Pugs?
I do. This is a shorter little tidbit from one of the shows. I think it was maybe mid last year. Is that what I've put there on the date there? I filter through so many of these, it's starting to get to my head. It
says here March 22.
Oh, well, there you go. It'll be March 2022.
Yeah, nice.
And this is from when Jase, who's not the luckiest guy in the world, ran into a spot of trouble before he came in for the show.
Geez, I feel a little bit bad about this. I mentioned at the start of the show, Mike, that I ran over one of the guys that was doing his gym exercises in the car park there. And he was old schools. And just said, "Oh, don't worry about it, mate. I'll be totally fine."
Yeah.
And just sort of started dragging the weights behind him again. Apparently he died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, apparently some guy who was doing his gym session down at the Sky City there, he's just passed away. It's just come through on the news.
So it'd be unrelated though, wouldn't it?
Well, I did actually run someone over with my car in the car park, so I guess my natural assumption is, well, it must be the guy that I ran over. But you're right. It could be someone completely different, to be honest.
No, it sounds like COVID to me.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that sounds COVID related. If you got
thank God.
You got somebody like that that's just dropping dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds like it'll be COVID.
Oh, actually, that makes me feel better then, because I'd feel terrible if I actually killed the guy. I mean, he shouldn't be doing his gym exercises in the bloody car park anyway.
Well, I mean, if anybody should be feeling bad about this, it's the guy that you ran over.
Well, totally, mate.
Yeah.
There's a dent in my bumper.
Exactly. Now, that's not going to fix itself. All right for him to just go and drop dead, isn't it?
Exactly.
And now he leaves you.
Yeah, he
with
leaves...
your dented bumper, every time you look at it, what are you going to think about?
He leaves behind his family and friends and Hoyt's rooted bumper.
Exactly.
And I'm not happy about that.
Yeah. And it just ends up being depressing for you.
Isn't it funny how sometimes...
Just inconsiderate.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, you take all the blame for something, actually, and then you look back on hindsight and go, actually, you know what? That was his bad.
So Mike and Jase are going to be back this coming Monday. Back to reality, by the way. Keyzie here and also Pugs.
Hey.
Seriously, Pugs, 1 to 10, how much do you miss those guys right now?
Honestly,
it's a tough question, isn't it?
It is a tough question.
Because you're on the radio and they might be listening.
Yeah, they might. I'm going to say that they're not listening.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean...
Come on, Pugs, out of 10. What is it? What's it going to be?
Out of 10. Oh, God. For both of them?
Because you were saying off air a 2.
Yeah, right.
You were saying a 2 off air.
Yeah.
God, man. It's pretty brutal.
Aren't you hungover?
Yeah, I'm massively hungover.
Yeah, so shut it.
I'm about a 2 out of 10 myself. Aerosmith, Loving an Elevator. It is the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Dark of the Matinee, Franz Ferdinand. It is Thursday afternoon on Radio Hodaki with Keyzie, Jason, Mike back Monday. In the meantime, if you do need your Big Show fix, just search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your podcasts from. Every show we've ever done, plus heaps of bonus content as well available for you there. Now, coming up after 5 o'clock, we've got more best of the Big Show moments, including Jason, Mike doing a heist. I've also got a double pass to give away to go and see the new Uproar movie. It is a Kiwi film with Rhys Darby and also young Julian Dennison in it as well, which is very exciting, plus heaps of big tunes and possibly the Gig a Little tune, the live song, which you are listening out for. It is a Kiwi classic. Yes, Bliss by the Dudes. If you hear a live rendition of that, and it could be happening soon, then make sure you do give us a call on 0800 Hodaki to win $1,000 thanks to our mates at Super Liquor.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yeah, well, usually it is, but today it's just Keyzie. Those other wounders currently away for the school holidays, but they will be back on Monday, folks. You'll have your Big Show back, good as new. In the meantime, you've got Keyzie and also producer Pugs, who's got more best of the Big Show moments for us coming up shortly. I've also got a double pass to go and see the brand new movie with Rhys Darby and Julian Dennison in it, made in New Zealand, Uproar. Looks like a jolly good watch, actually, so make sure you stay tuned. I'll be giving that away inside the next 20 minutes. Also, big tunes. Could Bliss live be playing? Maybe, for Gig a Little. Remember, if you do hear that song, to call us on 0800 Hodaki. But also got some Exponents, New Water, and some Foo Fighters on the way as well. In the meantime, a song dedicated to Jason Hoyt, Longview, Green Day. FYI, I'm massively hungover. And even turning on my microphone is a bit of a challenge at the moment. It is the Hodaki Big Show. Give us a text on 3483. Let me know what you're up to.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Green Day Longview. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday afternoon with Keyzie. Mike and Jase back on Monday. In the meantime, though, I've brought old mate Pugs in. Pugs, how you going, mate? You good?
Hey, I'm good, man.
Yeah, good, man. It's good to see. Obviously, I've been away the last few days down in Christchurch, had a funeral, back now, massively hungover, but still broadcasting to a high level. And the thing I want to talk about today, Pugs. Sorry, did you have a comment about that?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, as you were.
Okay. Have you been watching like TVNZ On Demand or YouTube and you get served an ad from New Zealand Post?
Yeah.
It's a guy, lovely looking guy. He's got a package in the passenger seat and he's driving around New Zealand. He stops and has a picnic with it.
Yeah.
And says, taking you home soon, mate. You know the ad?
The package has a little smiley face on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it turns out that it's a woman at a counter and a young girl wants to send her little package with a smiley face on it. And then the young girl says, so that's the difference between economy and courier post or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
And the lady says, yeah, something like that. And it's a nice, cute ad. However...
It's lovely.
It's not, though, because that lady just lied to a kid to upsell her to getting a courier. That's not how they do it.
You know what I mean? I never thought of it like that, and it's extortion.
It's extortion. A lady who is a lot older than the young girl, she's only like 8 or 10 or something, and she's basically made up this big lie that your package is going to be babysat by this lovely man who'll eat a sandwich on a bench overlooking a beach and... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to upsell her. Just send it economy. It'll take a couple extra days and you'll save some bucks.
So that girl's gone in there, right? She's probably saved up a bit of pocket money, maybe lost a couple of teas to get some cash.
Yeah, done some chores or something.
That's right. And she's got a parcel which, it seemed like a pretty chunky old package.
Big one, yeah.
That she's trying to send off.
It's like quite an expensive package
That's right. So she's already using up all her pocket money.
Exactly. And then that woman has upsold her to taking the courier using a lie.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
That's a valid point. I hope you're not planning on sending any mail soon.
No, I'm not going to. I'll be, to be honest, I am like the little girl. I thought that was how couriers operated. But then this morning, my courier package that arrived was literally just thrown at the front door and then they just knocked on the glass, you know. So just a bit of a warning for any little kids out there. Do not believe that ad, all right? And Pugs, I know how easily sort of swayed you are, so I thought I'd bring you in here and just say that's not actually how it works.
I was sold.
Yeah, I know you were.
I was ready to pay up all my pocket money.
I looked at that little girl and I thought, you know what, that's pretty much Pugs right there.
It looks like Pugs, yeah.
It looks exactly like Pugs.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
New order, Crystal. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday afternoon with Keyzie, Jase and Mike back on Monday. In the meantime, someone who's ordered plenty of crystals in their lifetime, old Pugs, producer Pugs, is in the studio with another best bit for us. Hey, Pugs.
I do run a few crystals.
Do you actually?
Ashamedly. Well, mostly because I'm my lady.
Have you?
I don't stick them under the moon on a full moon and wash them and charge them up.
Right, okay. And do you have a salt lamp?
They do look pretty.
Do you have one of those pink salt lamps?
Yeah.
You do? I knew it. I knew you were a salt lamp guy, but that's okay. Enough about your amazing taste in house decorations. That's all good, Pugs. You've come here with another best of moment. It's called Sure Thing. What's it about?
This is a classic, man. You'll remember you got married earlier in the year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, congrats, by the way.
Thanks, man. It's going well.
They can be quite expensive
yes.
ordeals, I'm sure you know.
Yes.
I personally haven't been married, but I'm looking out for it. Now, Jase and Mike, looking out for you as they always do, came up with a really quick money-making scheme to help make the day as good as it could possibly be, with a little more cash behind it.
Right, okay.
And that was with the Big Show horse.
So we doing this, Keyzie? You get the cash together?
I've got the 15 grand.
Okay.
Well, look, Keyzie's missus has just walked in. She's out in the outer office. Should we get her in for the race?
Yes, I think we should.
I think we should. Joe, go get it. And if we can queue up the old race there, bloody exciting, mate. Because I think it's good for her. I think it's good for her to know.
Oh no, she's refusing.
She's not. She doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to do that.
She's obviously.
Fair enough.
She's pretty nervous, obviously. We're putting
to be honest,
all of her wedding fund is going on the nose of the Big Show horse.
Yeah, totally.
So bloody exciting. I can see her out there now, and she looks pretty nervous, Keyzie.
Well,
but what she doesn't know is this is a dead cert.
It's 100%. And the way she stormed through that door, I don't know that she was entirely happy with the fact that you put all the marriage funds into on the nose.
But she's going to be stoked with you, mate.
She's going to be massively stoked when we come to. Hey, look, I think we're not. I think it's actually started. The race. So let's get into it.
It's a race favourite. Ozark spots the leaders, 8 lengths, looking to pick up now, though. Then came Mr. Hyde, 5 lengths away to the Big Show. Cure Me. Then came Super Gun, and last of all is Blazing Dancer. They raced inside the 600 metres in the first. And the pacemaker is Rosalie. Bullies one works round on the outside of the Finster. Then came Good Country, followed back in the field, and behind those next now, Ozark is starting to come into this stylishly as they come to the corner. Further out there, we've got Trieste, and with it also as they swing for home was Rustic. Homeward bound at the 250. Rosalia with a kick. Led by 2 lengths now. Ozark's coming out of the pack to come out after this leader. Behind them the Finster, and then followed out wide by Trieste. Rosalia in front, but here comes Ozark. Ozark rounded it up quickly now. Today's the day. He's been promising to do this for a while, and he's going to do it very easily.
Said it was a sure thing.
Ozark and Yuto Kumagai with the first. Second was Rosalia. Third at the line, Trieste, and then we had photos between either the Finster or on the outside of it, Rustic. The Big Show ran on late, then followed by Mr. Hyde, Chancellor, Bullies.
What does the Big Show running on late mean?
5:31 on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. Let's take a break.
I forgot about that. Lost all my wedding money, didn't I? Somehow still got married, though. Holding that marriage together, no worries at all. More best of the Big Show still to come, folks. Also, you can check out the Big Show potty and hear every show we've ever done. The Fooies, it's Rope, Jet, and some Bush up next on the Hodaki Big Show.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Roll over, DJ, a bit of Jet on the Hodaki Big Show with Keyzie. Jase and Mike off for a week for the school holidays, hanging out with their kids and that. They'll be back on Monday, and the Big Show will be back to normal. In the meantime, though, Got a whole heap of double passes to go see the new Kiwi film Uproar, starring Julian Dennison, James Rollison, and also Rhys Darby, in cinemas today. You might have seen ads for it. It's set in 1981 in Dunedin. The Springboks tour is happening. The nation is divided, and Julian Dennison is inspired, wants to get into drama and stuff like that. So it looks like a lovely film, actually. And my wife and I were watching TV. It popped up with a little trailer, and she said, I'd actually like to go and see that one. Fortunately, I've got some free double passes, so I'm going to steal one of those. And it's me just admitting it straight up. I'm going to steal one. But fortunately, I've got a free one to give away. So if you would like to go and see that film, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki, and I'll be able to hook you up with a double pass. Coming up next on the Hodaki Big Show, we've got big tunes from Bush, Florence and the Machine, Kings of Leon, and possibly the Hodaki live track that you're listening out for Gig a Little. It is Bliss by the Dudes. So if you hear a live version of that, you call us straight away on 0800 Hodaki, and you could win yourself $1,000 to go towards your next gig.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday afternoon. Keyzie here, bit of Bush there, Glycerin, and into the studio now is a man who loves Bush. It is Pugs, our producer, who's got another best of bit for us, don't you, Pugs?
I do have a best of the Big Show bit for you. This one doesn't...
It's from May, I've just noticed, 2022, so a long time ago.
Yeah, May last year. It was just Jase and Mike revealing a little bit about their past. It's not shining all the time for them. This is probably one of their darker moments.
Right.
I'm looking at us in our suits, Mike. You know what I'm remembering?
Don't know.
When you and I did the Dunbar Armory heist in 1997. The most amount of cash ever stolen in America.
And you guys did that?
Yeah.
Well, did we?
Did we? Yeah, well, that's the question. They could never solve it,
Maybe,
Keyzie.
maybe not, Keyzie.
Right.
Maybe not.
But it was one of the most elaborate heists ever pulled off.
Yeah.
And Minogue and I may or may not have had something to do with it.
Something to do with it.
Let's just say we were looking in a similar vein back on that day in 1997.
Yeah.
And let's just say that certain things happened where we managed to secure the largest
Someone did the largest amount of cash ever stolen.
$18.9 million.
18.9.
Cash.
Was that how much it was? Jeez.
God.
And so
carry on.
it was an armoured truck, right?
Yes.
Because I remember hearing about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think they made a movie of it, actually.
Yeah. I didn't even get an audition.
No, neither did I, which really made me filthy.
Yeah.
So apparently the guy that's pitched the whole thing actually worked for them, for Dunbar.
Yeah.
Which one, hypothetically, was it one of you two, was it?
What?
That was working for the security card company.
This is what we call plain dumb, Keyzie.
Right.
Yeah.
Plain dumb.
You'll recall, actually, a little while back we talked about loose lips.
Oh, sinking ships.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of the things that we may or may not have talked about when we pulled off this heist was, remember, fellas, loose lips sink ships.
If I remember your words exactly, Jase, back then, it was loose lips, get your smack in the teeth.
Yeah.
And that really stayed with me.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
I thought, I don't want to smack in the teeth.
Catchy.
Yeah.
I hate getting smacked in the teeth, Keyzie.
I mean, what Mike's saying there is making it sound like maybe I was the head of this particular heist.
Right.
I may have been.
Right.
Or I may not have been, Keyzie,
So
is what I'm
We
trying to
don't
say.
know. I can't remember. Hey, all of a sudden I've got amnesia, Jase. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say 19.8 million, did you?
18.9 US.
No, because we thought 20, didn't we, maybe?
Yeah, there or thereabouts.
Sort of
I mean, if we
around
thought
figure.
anything, I can't even remember.
And then if we had a gang of 4 or 5, theoretically, involved in the heist, you break that down, Keyzie, 18.9 million, 4 or 5 people.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
4 or 5 mil.
For each.
And let's just say, just for argument's sake, that we transported this money off to a storage facility that was close by.
Right.
Just for argument's sake,
And let's
Keyzie.
say maybe, I don't know, let's say we just stacked it all up in the storage facility, locked it up, just threw away the key.
Yeah.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, that we stored all this money in a storage facility, locked it up, threw away the key, and then regretted throwing away the key because now we can't get into the storage facility.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a storage facility out there with almost 20 million US?
I'm not telling you anything, mate.
We're not saying anything,
Hypothetically
Keyzie.
speaking.
Oh, hypothetically, we're saying lots of things.
Also, it had one of those locks on it with a sort of numbers.
Combination.
Combination. Be buggered if we could remember that either.
Wait, how big was the lock?
Oh, it was pretty big.
Yeah.
Um,
You know those ones that you have on your school locker?
Right, a tiny one.
Yeah, or like on your push bike.
Yeah.
If you're tying it to a lamppost.
Like the ones you have on, say you're travelling overseas and you've got a suitcase,
Or I saw a punk rocker, like the one that you'd have through your scrotum.
I tell you what, a similar lock that I had of that sort of ilk was on my diary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you know what I mean?
You may or may not have stolen $20 million US, put it in a storage facility, and then locked it with a bike lock / a diary lock. Is that right?
Yeah, we may or may not have, Keyzie.
I don't know where you get this stuff from, Keyzie, mate. You have got a very active imagination.
I reckon
Right.
so. I reckon so, mate. Worth looking into, though.
Yeah, Keyzie, you and your crazy imagination. Man, settle down. Big Show back in full Monday, folks. In the meantime, search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your podcasts from and get amongst every show we've ever done. Here's a big tune from Kings Leon for you now. Florence the Machine up next as well. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday afternoon.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Florence the Machine. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday evening with Keyzie, Jase and Mike back on Monday. They're having a week off to hang with their kids and that for the school holidays. In the meantime, I'd like to give a big shout out to the great New Zealanders at Heartland Chips. They came on board about a month ago. They got us to design a couple of flavours, and they wanted to invent a couple of chips with extra backbone so that they would be good for dipping. Of course, very passionate about chips and dip, especially Jason Hoyt, actually. There are two flavours. You've got garlic bread and Korean fried chicken. Keep an eye out for them in supermarkets, blue packet and an orange packet. And if you take a photo of yourself with one of the packets, you can either upload that to Instagram and tag us, or do it to hodaki.co.nz. If you don't have Instagram, you can win yourself $5,000. Delicious chips, by the way. My favourite flavour is Korean fried chicken. In fact, myself and Pugs just polished off a bag of it. Pretty damn quick, smart. Once again, $5,000 up for grabs, folks. Take a photo of yourself with the bag, tag us on Instagram, or upload it at hodaki.co.nz. Get stuck in. Here's some Hendrix.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
It is the Hodaki Big Show on your Thursday evening with just Keyzie. Coming up next, actually, after 6 o'clock, of course, you're going to have some news and that. But after that, what's on TV without Mike Minogue? Myself and producer Pugs will delve into all the fantastic stuff we've been watching on telly lately. Also, I could be playing the Gig a Little live tune, which is Bliss by the Dudes. What's that? You don't know that song? Well, sounds a bit like this, mate. Yeah, keep an ear out for that. If you hear a live rendition of that Kiwi classic, give us a call on 0800 Hodaki and you could win $1,000 to put towards gigging.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
It's not just big, it's massive. Although today it's not, because Jason and Mike are away. Back Monday, having a bit of family time for the school holidays. In the meantime, you've got Keyzie and also producer Pugs, who's just stepped in. And Pugs, the reason I brought you in is, remember when we used to do a great groundbreaking segment called What's for Tea New Zealand?
Radio award-winning content, if I can remember correctly.
That's right. You spent a lot of time packaging up that package and sending that off to the radio
Their
awards.
inbox got full in the end, man.
Yeah, they certainly did. I was like, you know what, let's bring it back. Text us on 3483. Let us know what you're having for tea tonight. I've got a $50 night day voucher to give away. So, Pugs, we'll get things started. What are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm on the fence about what I make tonight.
Right, so you're in charge of cooking tonight?
I'm in charge of cooking tonight, and that is a French onion gnocchi. Gnocchi?
Yeah, I love gnocchi.
I do love gnocchi. It is a staple.
And is it a vegetarian meal?
It is not.
Okay.
I am not vegetarian. There is mince involved. And it's just, it's an interesting dish. I get a lot of my recipes from social media. You know, ones that just pop up that are quite often easy and or cheap.
Yes.
But seem interesting and fancy.
Yeah.
So it's either that or it's nachos.
I love...
What do you think? New Zealand?
What do you think, New Zealand? I personally love gnocchi. It's one of my favourite pastas. I think it's a pasta. And I love how ever since I was flatting, you know, there's always nachos as an option. Or spag bowl. Those are two of the
quite
classics.
contrasting meals.
Yeah. I personally would go for the gnocchi if that was me.
Okay.
But you know me, I'm a fancy boy. I am not... My wife is out tonight. Right,
Yeah.
so I'm up to my own devices in terms of food.
Hell yeah.
I'm on the fence as well. Either I go to night day and get a milkshake and a...
That was it, not me gagging it.
Yeah, no, that was like a...
They're
Yeah.
friends of ours.
If we lose the sponsorship, you'll know why, New
Yeah,
Zealand.
sorry.
I'll get a lasagna topper and a milkshake, or I'm going to get some sort of massive fast food meal that if she was home, she would look down at me while I was eating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous amount of chicken or like 4 burgers.
What I like about going to night day is that you can choose a quite exact collection of what you want for tea.
Yeah, true. You did right.
So they've got everything in those fries. When we went to the one in Takapuna, I think it was.
Oh, down south, Temuka. Takapuna's in Auckland.
My apologies. My apologies.
Right, yeah.
Oh, God.
It was good and it's like visual simulation because you walk in, the fries full of all sorts of mixtures of foods and stuff. It's quite overwhelming and exciting.
They had everything.
Yeah, they certainly did. What did you get in the end? I had a lasagna topper.
I got a pie and I got a hot dog.
Pie and a hot dog. See?
Yeah, see?
I think Haughty J was a hot dog man as well.
Yeah.
And a little,
I think even Mogi.
Little box of chips there. Someone's text through saying they're making macaroni cheese tonight.
Nice.
That slaps. My mum makes a mean macaroni cheese, old Mon. What do we got here? Entire roast chicken and some buns.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Straight to the point, no BS.
Supermarket chicken is one of my all-time faves.
Bachelor's handbag.
The old bachelor's, that's right. Homemade hot dogs, American style.
I've been getting into a bit of that lately at home.
Yeah. I'm buying frankfurters and little buns and then microwaving them and a bit of stuff. Oh, it's delicious stuff, isn't it?
I've been putting buffalo sauce on my hot dogs.
Oh, Pugs, you crazy. Keep those texts coming on 3483. What's for Tea New Zealand? Coming up next, by the way, another best of the Big Show moment.
Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
The Mutton Birds anchor me on Radio Hodaki. It is Thursday evening with Keyzie and also producer Pugs. Jase and Mike will be back come Monday. Now, in the studio with me right now is a man who's eaten plenty of mutton birds. Pugs, have you ever had a mutton bird?
I'd be curious to try it. I can't say I have. Have you?
Nah, apparently they're quite greasy but also delicious.
I'd give it a hoon.
Yeah, I'd probably have a hoon on one as well, eating-wise, obviously. Now, Pugs, you've been providing us with best bits for the whole day now, which has been brilliant. You've got one last one for tonight. What is it about?
Can I ask you a personal question just between you and I and the rest of the nation?
9 inches. Oh, is that the way you're going to ask? Oh, hall pass.
Hall pass.
Okay. That's a really good question because I got a lot of people made fun of me for saying Katy Perry like a few months ago, remember?
Right.
And to be honest, I don't really have a hall pass. I've never really thought about it too much.
Now's your chance to redeem yourself with the Katy Perry debacle.
All right, I'd like to lock in Katy Perry. I don't.
Wow.
Yeah, I literally don't care.
With and you know what? No, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah, don't yuck my yum, Pugs.
I'm not yucking your yum.
Okay.
I just thought maybe that was a last-minute hasty choice.
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe I would.
Or maybe like a Scarlet Johansson. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right,
whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, too good for a hall pass. All good, man. Anyway, this is Jase and Mike sharing who their hall passes were.
Who's your favourite warrior?
Pardon?
If you had to look at the Warriors and pick your favourite, who would you go with?
It's got to be Shauno, surely.
Shauno?
Yeah.
You mean Johnson. Shawnee?
Yeah.
Shawnee J.
A great player, you know?
Yeah.
And, geez, I was so stoked when he came back.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've actually interviewed the guy a couple of times as well. Lovely bloke.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Really, yes, yeah.
You're saying that it's not really your thing, but if you were forced to, like, he would be your sort of hall pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of I was, keen to make love to another male, you mean?
Yeah. Well, you said that you and your wife have got an agreement, the hall pass operate.
Oh, my wife as well?
No, not your wife.
Okay, yeah.
But you say you can have a celebrity person that you would sleep with and it would be all good.
Yeah.
Because that person is your hall pass. Mine is, should I say who mine is?
Yeah, no, please, I insist.
Selma Hayek. But yours is Sean Johnson, Jase.
Yeah. Are you also saying that that's my wife's choice as well?
No.
Oh, I thought you
just
said
yours.
Me and my wife
have got an arrangement where you have a hall pass.
Right, yes.
I don't know who hers is. Who's yours, Keyzie?
I'm just trying to think. I
guess it doesn't really matter with you because you fill your boots all over the joint anyway, wandering around master of brothels, etc.
Well, I don't actually understand the whole hall pass concept. What is it? So you're allowed to...
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is that would only work in a relationship where you need to seek permission.
Yeah,
right. It's a relationship that works on mutual respect and understanding.
Oh, okay. No.
So not like your one.
No, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's weird. No.
So Selma Hayek for you, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Sean Johnson for me. I mean, it is really weird too.
You were saying that before that it was Paul Tito.
Oh, Tito.
The Orange Ruffy.
Massively so. I don't know. There was something about his ginger hair that just sort of did it for me.
Oh, I know.
You know, and his ferocious competitive spirit. Because I imagine that, you know, a guy like Teets would be a real goer in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, if I'm going to have a hall pass, I want someone that's not mucking around in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want them to go hammer and tongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Tito?
He's a coach.
Is he?
Yeah.
Coaches love making.
Teets does?
Yeah.
Right,
Paul
okay.
Tito, yeah. He's got a... Give him a Google. Paul Tito.
Just
love
type in-
making tutorials.
No, he goes by Teets.
Oh, big Teeties.
So if you type in Teets lovemaking tutorial,
Keyzie,
what?
can you turn the computer on for me, mate?
By the way, Jase never ever has his computer on here in the studio. He doesn't know how to turn it on. And whenever he says he's looking at the text machine, he is lying. Just out of curiosity, gave old Paul Tito, Orange Ruffy, a bit of a Google. He was one of the coaches for Georgia, the national rugby team. And in the end of last year, he became a assistant coach for the Auckland Blues under Leon McDonald. So good to see old Teets doing well and not just having Jase's hall pass be the highlight of his career. Coming up next, what's on tally without Mike Minogue?
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Nirvana, come as you are. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday evening. Keyzie and Pugs looking after you until Monday when Jase and Mike are back from a little school holiday break. Of course, this time of the day, it is time for our favourite segments.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah. That was impressive.
That was good.
You just mimicked me there. What have you been watching on telly lately, Pugs?
Oh, man, you'll be stoked to hear.
Oh,
CTI.
Celebrity Treasure Island.
That's
my
the
man.
one. That's the
so,
one.
did you start watching it because Mike and I were banging on about it?
I did. You both really, really sold it. And you already sold it. And then the fact that you managed to convince Mogi,
Yeah, who never...
of all people,
he
to come
never
around
listens.
on something that he didn't come up with himself.
Exactly. And also, if it's me suggesting something, nah.
Exactly.
Off the table. Sorry, mate.
So, yeah, right on board with it. Both myself and my lady have been watching it pretty much every night.
Nice, because I know you're a man, like, you guys enjoy things like Love Island where there's a lot of social drama and, you know.
Yeah.
And so this season of Celebrity Treasure Island, which is on TVNZ Plus at the moment, I think we're 9 episodes in, so if you want to catch up, make sure you do. It's very entertaining. There's a lot of that.
Oh, my
And there's a lot of certain people I've mentioned before who just, like, grind your gears and there's just drama.
I'll say this. As somebody who watches Love Island, I have to credit the UK, I was going to use a bad word there, people that go on that show.
Right.
Because they call out so much of the BS they encounter.
Right.
And I have not seen that happen once yet on the show.
So what we're referring to is a guy called Jordan Vandermeer, who's a TV presenter who's gone on there. He's never seen an episode of it before, I don't think, and he's decided, I'm going to win it at all costs, even if it means being a massive prick.
Going against his word.
Yeah, lying to everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Massive disrespect.
Yes, but do you know why they don't do it? It's because he is the captain.
Yeah.
And he will put you up.
That is the conclusion that we came to.
Yes.
However, it's just... there are ways to bring things up with people when you disagree. I mean, I get it when you're dealing with somebody like that is quite clearly in it for themselves 150 million %.
Yeah, you're hard out.
You're not necessarily going to give them any excuse to deliberately turn against you.
Yes.
So I get it, but it frustrates the absolute bullos off me.
Yeah, man.
But great show.
Yeah, honestly, and I know what you're thinking. You're probably listening going, oh, you know, it sounds lame, guys. Talk about something else. But seriously, check out an episode on TVNZ Plus. Give it 2 episodes. And if you're not simultaneously laughing and getting very angry, I'll be very surprised. I watched an episode of Dog Squad the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a classic TVNZ Plus once again. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially Police 10-7, but for all the dog handlers.
I heard the voiceover shit.
The voiceover sucks. It's done by Jase. And it is now sparked, and we've been talking about this, Pugs. We're going to start doing our own Dog Squad rip-offs around the office and get Jase to voice them and then release them on social media. So keep an eye out for that. And I tell you what, Dog Squad, I mean, it's been around for, I think, 11 seasons or something.
It's a tried and true formula.
It is so good. And the dogs are great. And you always go, oh, they're so clever. How do they know?
Yeah.
So worth watching. Good stuff, Pugs. Oh, Shapeshifter Electric Dream.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, that's okay. Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, not a bad tune. It is Radio Hodaki on your Thursday evening with Keyzie. Jase and Mike will be back on Monday and the Big Show will return as normal. In the meantime, do check out the Hodaki Big Show Instagram account where we've just uploaded a fresh vid cut together courtesy of producer Pugs. This one is about Jase making some delicious chips and dip. It includes sound effects and all sorts of things, and apparently it was very hard to caption because of all of those sound effects. So get along and have a look. Hodaki Big Show on the Instagram. Now, a big shout out to our mates at Super Liquor. They've come on board for the entire month. They've given us 20 grand to give away for the Gig a Little campaign. And in their stores, they've also created a whole heap of Radio Hodaki rocktails. Cocktails to do with rock. It's clever, isn't it? They're inspired by the spirit of rock and roll, live music, gigs, touring, all that sort of excellent stuff. So get along to your local Super Liquor and get your hands on them. You've got the Groupie, the Backstage Pass Martini, the World Tour Pina Colada, and the Mosh Pit. I've got a feeling Jase and Mike will be going for the Moshi all day. Remember to rocktail responsibly, R18 of course, but get into a Super Liquor near you and get amongst those delicious rocktails. Now coming up next on Radio Hodaki, some great music as per usual. You've got some Johnny Cash, The Cult, and some Red Hot Chili Peppers too.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
That is the Big Show done and dusted for another day, folks. Of course, just Keyzie and a bit of help from Pugs as well. But Jason and Mike will be back on Monday, just having a week off for the school holidays. Thank you very much for joining us all afternoon. Be back again tomorrow from 4 o'clock with more best of the Big Show moments. Don't forget to keep listening out for that live rendition of Bliss by the Dudes. When you hear it, thanks to our mates at Super Liquor, call through on 0800 Hodaki and you could win $1,000 to go towards your next gig. And up next, the one, the only, Mr. Greg Preble, the music maestro, and he's lined up some good tunes as well. Beastie Boys, Liam Gallagher, Soundgarden, and the Beths, who of course just won the top award at the Silver Scroll Awards. Well done. See you later.